I remember my question, actually. I remember my question now. I am struggling with using enough hotkeys to control some of these armies. I oftentimes have to sacrifice my queen group for a spellcaster group later on in the game. How many hotkeys do you realistically use? And should I just start remapping my queens to a different hotkey and leaving that queen group that I used to have open? Because I'm confident with 3. I will say I'm confident with 3 control groups. Like I feel like I can easily switch between them and do separate tasks that I need to do if one of them is not a queen group. But the queen group has to go in that situation. I'm just being honest with myself.
Can't you have them as stuff like G and Shift G and stuff like that? It doesn't have to be F keys.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Well, it's not F keys. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but you could bind it to other keys as well.
Correct. I could.
Yeah. So think of some that would be pretty cozy for you. And then I would first start with the Infestor. I would put that somewhere far away. The Infestor and the Viper for me are unique keys. I think the Viper shares one scout thing, but I try to keep those separate because they have different jobs.
Yes.
And those would be the ones that I would put at the furthest reach because you need to use them the least often. And then I put the queen somewhere close and comfy.
Let me explain my hotkey setup. It's very simple. It's very basic. I think I literally learned it and adjusted it very slightly as I was actually learning the game. And hatcheries are on 1. All hatches, obviously. All hatches on 1. Queens are on 2. Main army, or only the creep queens. Obviously, the inject queens are staying unbound because I just do camera locations to do that. Main army on 3. Side army, harassment group, air army, just depends on what I need it for, is on 4. It's kind of a flexible key as it needs to be. It typically ends up being either a harassment force or the air portion of my army. Let's say if I'm making corruptors and I need them to be separate or something like that, right? And then as the game goes on, if I make spellcasters, I sacrifice the queens on 2. I move them to a hotkey that I often do not touch, and I put the spellcasters on 2 instead. Because I don't know why, but 5 is a difficult key for me to like try and get to. Tilde, I do have, and I've started trying to do the key to the left of 1, and I'm thinking of trying to now make that my queen key because it's still right next to it. It's just going to take a little bit of an adjustment. If I don't click I'll still remember like, hey, I need to click the queens. But in a very micro-focused fight, I think that having 2 available for me to press instead of tilde, it's because I used to try to put infestors on tilde, and that's so hard.
Where do you place your middle finger?
2, I think, is like right around 2.
You normally like hover it over 2.
2 to 3, somewhere in there. I'm trying to think, but unless I go into a game. Or actually probably S, now that I think about it.
You put your middle finger on S.
I don't fucking know. I'll be honest with you.
You don't know how you hold
I don't know. I don't know how I do it, man. It depends on what I'm doing.
We'll get in a game and look what your hand
I'm getting in a game.
He doesn't know.
I don't know. Which shoe do you put on first in the morning, Neuro? Because I'm sure you put one of them on. I'm going to go into a ranked game and we'll just figure it out there. I don't know, boys. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Your middle finger is E. Is that normal? Man, that's what I do. I keep the typing position when I'm gaming. But a bunch of people don't. They do like FPS positioning and stuff.
What I do is I cross my middle and pointer finger and I have them hovering on the same key. So like right now, it was my middle finger hit S and my pointer finger hit D to make a drone. Yeah, it moves, man. I don't know. Okay, as I was doing something there, my middle finger was hovering literally on the space between 1 and 2.
Where is your anchor? Where is your home?
1 and 2 apparently. That's where my finger's at, because my middle finger was literally sitting on between 1 and 2. And I click most of my buttons with my middle finger, I'm discovering. I'm sorry, I've never observed this behavior before, okay? I've always just let my hands do what they're doing. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer for you.
How did you learn typing? What was your method?
Nobody ever taught me.
No one taught you to type?
No one taught me to type. I just did it. I figured it out.
Oh. So they have programs that basically force you to plant your fingers at certain like home spots, and then for any key that you press, they have an assigned you use this finger for that key. And it makes everything standardized.
So yeah, I hit 1 and 2 with my middle finger for sure. Unless I don't. See, now I don't know, dude. I don't know how to explain this. I feel like I'm broken, dude. I don't know. You're a thumb on control? What is your... What the heck? How is that even possible, Ukko? You're crazy, boss.